Hello, all. Very good morning, all of you. Welcome to RAO'S Law Prep. Friends, please join all of you so that we can start the session. Nagnagaru, very good morning, all of you. The people who are in online, please join all of you so that we can start the session. Let me know these two things first. Voice is clear and PPT is visible. Everything is okay, no technical issues. Please put a comment in the comment section so that we can start the session. I hope everything is clear, friends, no technical issues. Very good morning, Nagnagaru. Come first, all of you. I hope everything is clear. Thank you. So straight I'm going to start the session. Please be active, friends. Today's session that is with regard to the people who are actually preparing for CLAT examination and other law entrance exams. So newspaper reading is very important. For these kind of competitive examinations, how to cover the news, how should we read the newspaper, and all these things going to tell you in this session. Okay? Now, any queries? Yes, the people who are in online, Madhuri Garu. Very good morning, all of you. Yeah, I told you today's session that is with regard to this, how to read newspaper. Okay. See, one of the best newspapers, the Hindu newspaper or the Indian Express, you can follow. Clear? For these kind of competitive examinations. How should we cover the news? See this first page. Whenever you open the Hindu newspaper, front page is nothing but the first page of a newspaper includes the main stories that will capture the most attention. So those are nothing but completely burning issues. For example, the issue like Israel, USA, and Iran war. Okay, see that capture the most attention. Here, capture the most attention. Clear? See, whenever you open the newspaper, front page, so highlighted things, some of the highlighted things would be there. So burning issue would be highlighted within this front page. Clear? The major story of the day will be placed in the most prominent portion. The major story, what is the burning issue? So that would be placed in the prominent portion and contain a large bold facing headline that would be highlighted in a bold manner, that would be highlighted in the bold manner. Clear? So bold facing headline, the topic could be of national or international importance. For example, the issue like I told you already, Israel, USA, and Iran war. What are the main reasons behind this? Clear. What is the situation of Iran and all these things? What are the background reasons for this? Is it sporadic event or periodically it came to this position? How it went? So that is nothing but the topic could be of national or international scope. It could be a local story also. It could be local story, national or international issue. In any local area, see the like hazardous chemical industry blast may be of hot importance. Clear enough? That would be placed in the prominent portion, front page of this newspaper. Clear enough? Hope it is clear. See, you should read it only if you find it relative. If you find it relative for the syllabus. If it is relevant for your syllabus, then only you have to pick it up. Otherwise, just simply avoid it. Getting all of you? Is it clear, friends? See, so whatever the story, whatever the event, whether it is national, international, or local story, if it is relevant to your syllabus, then only you have to pick it. Otherwise, simply avoid it. So your preparation should always be examination orientation. So political controversies, the news with regard to the political controversies, it is better to avoid. That may not be asked in your examination. Clear of it? See this matters of political controversies should be avoided, or it may be given a general outlook. Just it is given like a general outlook. The political controversies, it is not better to focus. That may not be asked as a question in your examination. Getting all of you? So what kind of news it is better to cover? If it is relevant to your examination, it is relevant to your syllabus. That's it. Clear all of you? Hope you understood. So what would be there in the front page? So which is getting most attention? That would be placed in the front page. Maybe of national, international or local story. You have to pick it up whether it is relevant to your examination or not. That's it. Hope you understood all of it. In front page, most of the articles, most of the news that would be highlighted. That is today's burning issue. That would be placed in the front page. Just the moment you so go through the newspaper front page itself, so that would be there, which is so getting most attention in the news. Clear? Hope it is clear all of you. Front page is nothing but. Next one. News article. Different articles will be presented. See this news article, once you come for this news article, a news article is report. It's a report on event that has taken place. So what is meant by article? So if any incident is happened. Okay? So about that incident, so they will be given what article. So a news is a report. So news article I'm telling you about. A news article is a report on an event that has taken place. Articles may include byline, body text, photo, or caption. If any incident is happened, so that incident they would like to give one report on that particular incident. Clear of it? See, future articles report about an issue. Okay? The articles which are describing about an issue, something is happened, just they are describing about that particular event. It's nothing but a report. A report would be produced on the incident happened. Clear of it? See, these future articles report about an issue, person, or a person, describing about a person. So recently, Harshit Rana passed away. Clear? So for about 15 years, he is in coma. For about 15 years, he is in coma. The Supreme Court directed the medical team, it is better to put off the treatment. So Supreme Court given the signal because 15 years he has been in coma. So let the person be passed away. Let the person be passed away. Right to die. Because 15 years he was in coma. That's the reason the Supreme Court also so given right to die. So with respect to this issue, if any article or report which is produced with regard to the person, so definitely these kind of reports can be asked as a passage in your so competitive exams, CLAT examination, because it is recently in the news. Right to life, right to die. Because so this is very, very important article with regard to this Harshit Rana issue. Getting me? What kind of Supreme Court judgment it has given with respect to this case? Definitely in your CLAT examination, the news which is related to these articles. That is nothing but Supreme Court judgments. How it has given the judgment. Definitely we can expect one question from that. So these kind of things you have to pick up from the news articles. This is a report actually on a particular issue. The upcoming future articles also focusing on what, friends? Focusing on about any issue, person, event with added depth and more background details. So this incident having more background details also. Getting Malaf? Is it clear? So typically newspaper articles that appear closest to the front page or within the first section. See, whatever they are, so whatever the news which is present in the front page, that would be continued in the next articles. That would be continued in the next articles. That is related to the front page. Whatever the report or whatever the news article which is produced, that is relevant to the front page. Continuation of front page. Clear enough? So in relation with the front page. That's what he is actually saying. So within the first section are those that editors consider to be the most important and relevant to their readers. Most of the readers, so they would pick up these kind of things only. That is relevant to the hot burning issue. In the front page, burning issue is placed. So the continuation of this report would be continued in the next pages. Readers would pick up these kind of articles because that is more significant, more burning issue. For example, the Harshit Rana issue or the Iran-Israel USA war. Clear enough? The article may relate to these things because which are in burning news. Clear enough? Spotlight of discussion. Hope it is clear enough. A news article contains the following aspects. See, any news article contains the following aspects. So this chronology is very, very important. A news article contains the following. What are those things? The background of the issue. For example, Harshit Rana issue. So what is the issue? What are the main reasons behind this? Why Supreme Court gave the judgment right to die? Why Supreme Court it is better to put off the treatment to Harshit Rana? Clear of it? What are the circumstances behind this? Why Supreme Court gave this judgment like this? Hope you understood all of it. The background of the issue, the arguments for and against the issue, the arguments for. So, for example, this incident is happened. Some of the people may support it and some of the people may not support it. Pros and cons of the event. Some of the people say yes, it is better to be alone. It's a right decision. Some of the people, it's a wrong decision. May criticize it. Pros and cons of the incident. Two sides of a coin, head and tail. Clear of it? So that's what. Arguments for and against the issue. Clear? And so it concludes with a solution. So what is the outcome of this particular issue? What is the solution for this issue? Every problem has its own solution or not? A problem does not arise without cause and a problem does not exist without solution. Every problem having its own solution. But it may take time. If it is a complicated issue, obviously it is taking somewhat time. If it is less complicated issue, it may be resolved within a short span of time. If it is a complicated issue, obviously it would take a lot of time to take a clear decision, to give proper judgment on that. For example, separation of Telangana at the time, so it was a big issue. But now it is resolved. It has taken time. It's a complex issue, but it is now resolved. Two states completely formed, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Getting all of. So clear. So conclusion with a solution. So this kind of reading is useful for the general studies argumentative questions. General studies argumentative questions. In-depth knowledge, in-depth analysis. As a lawyer, you can interpret it, you can debate it, you can analyze it. So these kind of skills should be developed if you are developing these kind of skills. Interpretation about this article. Why it is wrong? So why it is right decision? Why it is wrong decision? Clear enough? Why this issue arises? What are the main reasons behind this? In a systematic manner, in a chronological manner, if you develop this, so these kind of discussions, then you would become a good lawyer, no doubt at all. So one of the qualities required for a best lawyer is nothing but you must be good at knowledge. You are in a position to comment it. You are in a position to argue it. Pros and cons. Yeah, you are in a position to debate on that particular issue. Those kind of qualities are required for the best lawyers. Getting my love? You have to develop these kind of demonstration skills once you are going through these news articles. Getting my love? Such reading is useful for the general studies, argumentative questions, and to improve the general essay skills also. See, for other kind of exams also, some of the general essays also would be there. Okay? So, general essay writing skills also would be developed if you are going like this. If you are going in a systematic manner about an issue. So, what is the issue? What is the background reasons behind this? So, so far how the government has taken the decisions? What are the pros and cons? Way forward. What kind of suggestions you can give? So you just see, so and conclusion with the solution means you can give a solution for that also. You can give your suggestions also for that. Way forward. Way forward is nothing but best solution. They are going to provide to that. This is the best solution for these problems, in my opinion. You can express your opinion. Right to speech. Article 19 of our Constitution. Article 19 of our Constitution. 6 rights were provided. One of those 6 rights, right to freedom of speech and expression. Right to freedom of speech and expression. You can express your opinions in your own way. Clear of you. You can criticize the Supreme Court and High Court judgments also in a rational, in a reasonable way. Clear of you. So that's what friends. Hope you understood. News article, how should we cover? How should we interpret? Are you getting all of it? Clear? Next one. Next. So editorials. When you come for editorials. Is it clear the people who are in online, are you following me? Please put a comment in the comment section. A little bit buffering is there, I think. Sorry for regarding inconvenience. Is it clear right now? A little bit buffering is there, I think. Yeah. Right now it is okay, I think. Am I right, all of you? Sorry for regarding inconvenience. Now clear, I think. Now is it okay? No buffering situation, I think. Now is it clear? Yeah. Now is it clear? Meghana garu, Madhuri garu, Swati garu, Saraswati garu. Is it okay? All of you. Is it clear? Now it is okay, I think. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Editorials. See, front page. About front page, we already had a discussion. Next, after front page, we move on to this what? We move on to the editorials. Editorials. See, when you come for editorial, this is very, very important. Good information will be present in the editorial section. See, editorials, when you come for editorial, it is the most important section which one cannot afford to ignore. Editorials you have to cover. Good information will be present in the editorials. So editorials having more significant information. You must read these editorials. Good information will be given in editorials. Pros and cons, everything about the issue will be discussed in detail. Clear of it? The editorial will offer the newspaper's view of an issue. So view of an issue. Clear. So if any incident is happened, on that the report is given. So that incident, on that particular incident, so overview will be given. Clear. And which may be of national or international importance. Every editorial contains the following aspects. Every editorial is having some of the following aspects we'll discuss right now. The editorial may be related to the national or international importance or local issue also. Clear? See this, very, very important. The editorial having the following aspects. What are these aspects? A. See this one. First paragraph contains the background of the topic. If any editorial is given, see this first paragraph. This is the first. See, this is the editorial, for example. See, this is the newspaper means. If Here some of the two articles will be given. Here main article will be given here. Clear of? See, this is the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph. The first paragraph obviously contains the background of the topic. Okay. For example, the news article or editorial which is related to the Israel, Iran, and USA war. USA, Israel, and Iran war. What are the main reasons behind this? Why war took place? What is the role of Iran? Why the Iran situation is like this? Clear of it? For example, some of the articles which are related to the first information may be given like this. So we'll tell you some of the aspects. For example, Iran issue. I'm going to tell you Iran issue. So clear? Just listen to this. I'm going to tell you this Iran issue. Okay? See this. Iran issue. The first page may contain background of the issue. Why the Iran in the news? Why the war took place? What are the main reasons behind this? I told you the problem does not arise without cause. What are the main reasons behind this Iran war? See, Iran situation, once you consider the Iran, I'm telling you in brief, just giving you one of the examples. The first paragraph of the editorial would contain background issue. So Iran is facing right now economic crisis, inflation. So went up to inflation, particularly food inflation. What is meant by inflation? So the rise in price of essential commodities. So the persistent rise in price of essential commodities, what we call it inflation. So Iran's particularly food inflation went up to 70%. Means the common people not able to afford the essential commodities, at least food items, rice, etc. things, very basic essential things. People not able to purchase, not able to afford it. So Iran inflation went up to these particular states. Clear? And in the year 2025, Israel-Iran war. In the year 2025, Iran-Israel war. Iran-Israel war. Because of this Iran-Israel war, clear all of you. So Iran situation also went into this drastic situation, because if there is war means Iran have to spend more money on war. Why most of the countries would avoid war? For example, if India goes war with the Pakistan, for example. So what are the detrimental effects of war? Because Indian government has to spend more money on the war, so that welfare schemes would be affected, not able to spend the money for the welfare schemes like self-help groups, or like MG, NRG, Mahatma Gandhi National Employment Guarantee Scheme, and old age pensions to the elderly people. All these social benefits are going to be affected, because Indian government has to spend immediate money on war. That's the reason why most of the times we'd like to avoid the war. Clear of it? So Iran-Israel war, this Iran economic crisis. So Iran economic situation went into drastic condition, and so in addition to this, USA imposed more sanctions, economic sanctions on Iran. As a result, so Iran is surviving by oil exports. Recently, Hormuz Strait. What is meant by strait? Strait means what? Strait means. What is meant by strait? So yeah. So this is nothing but a landmass separating. Through that you can cross over from landmass to the other landmass. Clear of it? So sorry. Strait means. Sorry. Strait means what, friends? Strait means water body separating two land masses. This is pass. Pass is nothing but it's a narrow area, through that you can cross over from one landmass to the other landmass. That is nothing but pass. Now I'm talking about Hormuz Strait, which is recent in the news. Hormuz Strait, which is recent in the news. Hormuz Strait. So see, most of the oil imports or oil exports by the Iran through this Hormuz Strait to other countries. For example, gas crisis in India or else in other countries recently because of this war, clear of you, gas supply stopped and oil exports, particularly from other countries, we are actually importing oil, crude oil imports from Iran, Hormuz Strait. This Hormuz Strait means what is meant by strait? Strait means it's a water body separating two landmass. For example, Park Strait. Just I'm giving the example. This is what Park Strait. Park Strait. Strait means what? This water body separating India and Sri Lanka two landmasses. If the water body separating two landmasses, what we call it? Strait. Here also the Hormuz Strait is there. Through this Hormuz Strait, most of the Iran's oil exports being taken place. Clear of it? So because of these economic sanctions by the USA on Iran, most of the countries stopped to import Iran oil. They are not importing crude oil from the Iran. So as a result, Iran is not getting revenue because USA economic sanctions, particularly oil exports of Iran completely drastically fallen down. There is no revenue for the Iran. So Iran is surviving through the oil exports. Because of these economic sanctions on Iran by the USA, so their oil exports completely or drastically fallen down. This is also one of the reasons. Clear? There are multiple reasons why Iran went into this situation. See this once you go background reasons of Iran, what may be some of the aspects I'm going to tell you. See this Iran supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was recently dead by the USA forces. See, before this Ayatollah Khamenei, once you go towards the background issue of this, once you go towards the background information of this particular issue, if you consider the background information of this particular issue, see this background information. 1979, Iran Revolution took place. 1979, Iran Revolution took place. So after this Iran Revolution, who came to this power? Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, recently shot dead. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei came to the power, Iran's supreme leader. So in Iran, from this 1979 onwards, Ali Khamenei ruled the Iran. See, Ali Khamenei belonged to Orthodox sections. This is what we call it theocracy. Theocracy. So these terms are also very important. What is meant by this theocracy? Yeah, religious traditions, religious customs, strict orthodox. Religious traditions need to be followed. For example, hijab. Hijab means women, they have to put on burqa. If they do not put on burqa, and they will be given death sentence also. Strict punishments. Clear? Sticking to these religious orthodox sections. Strict rules of religion. They have to follow this. Clear enough? See, before 1979, just I am going back to this 1979. So going back to 1979, in and around this 1953, Iran as well as USA relations are very good. Best relations they used to maintain before this 1979 revolution. Once you go around, 1953, Iran USA maintained good relations. Even 1953, so USA led government, in other words, USA supported government in Iran. So Ali Raja, so the government led by this USA supporting Iran government was there in the year 1953, at the time, so the government leader, the ruling party leader here, Ali Raja. So this Ali Raja, he is supporting the USA. In other words, USA supported government, so prevailed in Iran. After this, see 1953, this Ali Raja is replaced by Ali Khamenei. So Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So he is actually particularly in this particular period, 1953 to 1979, Iran people enjoyed a lot and lot. That is nothing but good freedom for them. Good freedom for them in the sense, see, women also used to go to the universities, they can pursue education, westernized culture being prevailed over there. So in this particular Ali Khamenei region, Ali Khamenei period, women are not supposed to go to the universities to start education, to pursue their education. So it's not supportive. Women also have to stick to their homes. Women were not encouraged to go for higher studies. Restrictions, somewhat restriction is there. So in between this 1953 to 1979, so in this Ali Raja period, so Iranian people, particularly women also used to go to universities for pursuing higher education. So westernized culture being prevailed over there in between this 1953 to 1979. But once this Ali Khamenei, after Iran revolution, Ali Khamenei period, women are not supported. They are not supposed to go to the universities. There is no westernized culture. Completely strict religious rules. Completely strict religious rules. Clear enough? See, this anti-hijab protests also at this point of time, Ali Khamenei period, Muhammad Ali Khamenei period. So anti-hijab protests. What is meant by this anti-hijab? Anti-hijab protests. So which are also recently in the news. What is meant by this anti-hijab? Hijab means wearing burqa. Wearing burqa. See this recent protest, women put off their burqas openly. They had thrown it because they want freedom of choice in dress. Women want freedom of choice in dress. So if they do not put on burqa, they were sentenced to death. This anti-hijab, see, anti-hijab protests also being prevailed, so particularly in this Ali Khamenei period. Strict religious rules, theocracy, in other words, theocracy. In other words, theocracy. Anti-hijab protests, who were arrested, so under these incidents, so they were sentenced, even in other words, rigorous sentence given to them. So who are actually doing this anti-hijab protest, the women were arrested and given rigorous punishments. And some of the women also dead also through these rigorous punishments. This is the situation under this Ali Khamenei period. Getting my love? Just I am telling you background information of Iran situation. So Iran situation, so suddenly it is not burst out. It's a dramatic, it's a so gradual development, multi-dimensional approach. Iran is facing so political, economic crisis, social crisis, and geopolitical crisis also. Clear all of it? It's not suddenly arisen event. See, eventually it took place, gradually it took place. Clear all of you? So these are all. And one more issue. See, after 1979, if you consider this, 2015, in the year 2015, USA Iran nuclear deal. USA Iran nuclear deal. To some extent, USA Iran maintain good relations. USA Iran nuclear deal means Iran has to step out from this nuclear enrichment materials. That means USA reduced imposing economic sanctions on Iran, because Iran also tries to maintain good relations with the USA in the 2015. USA Iran nuclear deal. Nuclear enrichment should be stopped. Clear of it? So manufacturing of atomic bombs, hydrogen bombs, those would be reduced. So, but in the year 2018, USA withdrawal from Iran nuclear deal. It means USA imposing more economic sanctions on the Iran. In the year 2018, USA withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal. Iran nuclear deal. It means imposing more economic sanctions on the Iran. In the year 2022, anti-hijab movement. Anti-hijab movement is nothing but, so we do not put on burqa. Women so openly protested. We do not put on burqa. They openly thrown it. If they do not burqa, what is the sentence for them? So women were given death sentence. If they do not burqa. Strict religious rules. Orthodox sections. Clear of you? In the 2022, anti-hijab protests. And one more issue, acts of resistance. So one of the things like acts of resistance. So what is meant by these acts of resistance? You tell me. What is meant by these acts of resistance? See the next article, the next page will tell you. So this acts of resistance. See, there will tell you. See this. I'm going to tell you these acts of resistance. What is meant by this act? One of the problems with regard to this, so Iran is nothing but acts of resistance. What is meant by this acts of resistance? Axis of resistance. Acts of resistance. What is meant by this acts of resistance? Can you please tell me? See, acts of resistance is nothing but Iran supporting its allies. Iran supporting its allies. It is providing funding to the its supportive groups. Its supportive groups like Shia groups. Shia groups are nothing but, see this, Houthis in Yemen. Houthis in Yemen. Houthis in Yemen country. Yemen also supporting Iran. Iran is also supporting Yemen. And Hezbollah groups. Hezbollah groups in Lebanon. In Lebanon country, Southwest Asia. So these two groups supporting Iran. These two groups supporting. See these Shia groups. Shia groups are nothing but Shia and Sunni groups are there. Both of them belong to Muslim community. Both of them belong to Muslim community. See these Shia groups, Houthis in Yemen, they are supporting Iran. And Hezbollah groups, these are nothing but rebel groups. Rebel groups supporting this Iran. Supporting this Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Okay now. And Sunni groups, these Sunni groups, where these are present, where these people are present in, so Sunni groups are nothing but Hamas in Gaza Strip. Hamas group in Gaza Strip. Israel Hamas war. Clear of it? So Iran, it is allocating funding. It is allocating money to these groups. It is providing funding to these groups. In other words, so Houthis in Yemen country and Hezbollah groups in Lebanon and Hamas groups. So they actually supporting the Iran. Iran also providing funding to these groups. Even though so Iran is facing so much economic crisis, even though under inflation conditions, it is supporting to these groups. How far it is justifiable? The people who are in Iran, they have been suffering from much more hunger, but you are providing money to these groups. Is it justifiable? You don't have food to eat. You are not able to survive for yourself. In that particular circumstance, you are providing money to the others means, is it justifiable? First of all, you have to look after your peoples. Your people's hunger, you have to look after. Clear of it? So this is the worst situation. So Iran's inflation situation completely went up to 70% food inflation. Very pathetic situation. Clear of it? So this what we call it acts of resistance means. Iran is facing inflation situation. Iran is facing economic sanctions by the USA. So Iran-Israel war, again Iran situation went into drastic situation. I told you. Clear of it? And acts of resistance, Iran providing funding to the other countries. Is it clear? So these are the things. Economic sanctions by the USA on Iran, and USA, sorry, because of the USA economic sanctions, Iran oil exports completely fallen down. This Hormuz Strait, recently in the news, Hormuz Strait which is blocked by the Iran. Iran is not so exporting to other countries who are their enemies, not exporting so oil to those countries. The countries who are supporting to USA, it is not recently in the news. It is not, so it is not exporting oil to these countries. This Hormuz Strait was blocked by the Iran, which is because of this war. Clear of it? That's the reason why oil prices went up to the higher level. Clear of it? So these are all the main reasons behind this. It is not suddenly arisen event. It's gradually so developed. This is what background information of the Iran, Israel, USA war. These are the main reasons behind this. Why Iran? So in the news, why the war between Israel, USA and Iran? Israel, USA on one side and Iran is on the other side. They are fighting. The war being continued right now. Hope you understood all of it. What is the economic fluctuations on India also because of this war? Crude oil prices, how they are actually going to be imported. So within this war, so nobody is involving. Russia already engaged in Ukraine war, and UAC, this China also importing oil from the Iran. But Iraq, see, this China also confined to the oil imports only, up to the trade only. It is not interested to involve in this Iran's issue. And Russia also not interested to involve in this Iran issue because of the reason. So Russia already engaged in Ukraine war. They are busy with their war. Clear all of you? So this is the situation of Iran. Now Iran is fighting against the Israel and USA. So this recently this Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was passed. So he was shot dead by the USA forces. So these are all the background reasons behind this issue. So within these articles, all these things would be given. All these reasons would be provided. The first paragraph of this particular article, so why it is in the news, these kind of reasons may be given in this article. What are the highlighted aspects? You have to make a short notes out of it. Don't try to write from starting to ending within the paragraph. Only some of the highlighted aspects. In this way, you have to write a shortcut notes out of these things. The people who are in online, are you following me? Please put a comment in the comment section, friends. Is it clear, all of you? Swati Garu, Madhuri Garu, Meghna Garu, Saraswati Garu. Is it clear, all of you? Please put a comment in the comment section. Response from all of you. Have you understood or repeat once again? The main reason behind this Iran issue. Are you getting me? Should I take it once again or is it clear or not? Is it okay, all of you? Is it okay? Okay. Next. So in this way, you have to read the editorial. See, it is the most important section which one cannot afford to ignore. The editorial will offer the newspaper's view of an issue which may be of national and international importance. So every editorial contains the following aspects I told you. Clear? So what is the first one I told you? First paragraph contains the background of the topic. That is the reason for writing the article. Why? It is in the news. So which may be an issue of recent origin. So which is recently in the news. Background information would be given in that particular article. Clear? In the latter paragraphs, there will be background of the issue and the case for and against the issue. In the lateral place, what would be given? Pros and cons of the particular issue. What are the arguments for and against of the particular issue? Getting my left? And there will be a few points on the steps taken by the government to deal with the problem and defects of the measures. Suppose the issue which is related to the national interest. How far the government has taken best measures. whatever the measures, some of the defects would be there. Clear of it? So on this particular issue, what kind of steps taken by the government? What are the defects with the steps taken by the government? What are the loopholes of the loopholes of the measures taken? Clear of it? So those would be dealt here. The measures to be taken in the future for the betterment of the system. If there are some of the irregularities or default with the policy, so those are to be corrected. Those are to be corrected. In other words, way for what are your suggestions? It is better to solve this problem in this way. Those kind of things would be given in this article. Remedies, way forward, solution would be given for this particular issue. You can also give your suggestions. A good positive conclusion should be there. So about that issue, don't be pessimistic approach, optimistic approach. Optimistic approach. So what is the best solution? So for this particular issue. So positive conclusion. So even this strategy is also useful to improve the essay writing skills. For other kind of exams also, essay writing skills would be improved. So debate discussion skills would be improved. As a lawyer, you have to debate it, you have to discuss it, you have to interpret it, you have to analyze it. Clear? Getting all of it. So the reader should always try to identify the above strategy in the editorial while reading the article and make notes accordingly. So when you are going through the article, what are the important aspects? You have to make a short notes out of it. So writing notes should be very like this pointer manner, snippets manner. You have to make a short notes out of it. Don't try to read from starting to ending. Snippets, pointers. You have to make a notes by putting pointers. Short and crispy of this particular article. What is the essence of this particular article? What the author is saying? What is the author's opinion about this particular article? Clear? So these questions you have to make a short notes out of this. Clear? See, while preparing notes on the editorial, don't try to rewrite whatever is there. Right? Only the crux of the issue. You have to make the short notes out of this. Just you have to just what is the essence of this particular crux of this particular issue. Clear? So prepare notes by giving pointers and side headings in your own language. Just in your own language, what you understood in your own language, you have to make a short notes out of it by keeping the pointers, by keeping side headings like that. Don't try to rewrite what is there exactly what is there given in the passage. What is given in the editorial. Hope you understood all of it. Are you getting it? So this is clear? Yes. Next one. So this editorial reading is very, very important. Clear? In this way, you have to make a short notes out of it whenever you're going to the Hindu newspaper or Indian Express newspaper. So whatever it may be the newspaper. Clear? Next, editorial cartoons. When it comes for the editorial cartoons have a long and fascinating history. Editorial cartoons have a long and fascinating history. They offer an opinion and convey messages about an important issue in an amusing, entertaining, or this poignant visual depiction. In an amusing, entertaining manner, so those cartoons will be presented. See this. So amusing and entertaining manner, so those would be depicted. Those would be posted. So like these cartoons will be there. In these cartoons, under this, for example, once you can see into editorial, so cartoons would be there. By going through these cartoons, you will be getting somewhat information. In a more amusing, entertaining manner, so this cartoon will be presented here. Clear? So poignant visual depiction, so it would be present over there. Clear? Reading a cartoon will enlighten you to develop a critical approach towards various issues. So by looking after these cartoons, clear? You can develop a critical approach. So towards various issues, whatever it may be the issue. Clear of it? So critical approach would be developed in a systematic way. I told you the systematic way how we have to so develop the issue. Clear of it? Next one, letters to the editor. I'm on to this next one. Letters to the editor. So these are letters sent from readers to a newspaper, usually in response to an article. See, for example, letters to the editor. Yesterday, that article was published in Editorial. After reading, the readers, what do? They comment on this. Some of the people they comment in a positive way. Some of the people they may comment in negative way also. Theoretically, clear of it. So that is nothing but, so by reading these comments, you'll be getting somewhat clarity. What is the exact issue? By going through these pros as well as cons, by going through these pros and cons, you'll be getting one so clarification. Clear of it? See this, they often include strong opinions about something the newspaper also has published. They are used to develop argumentative approach positively and negatively. You can construct a so you can construct somewhat by going through these pros as well as cons. You can debate the particular issue in a more constructive way, in a more rational approach, in a more scientific approach. You can critically analyze that event. Clear of it? So they also offer some unique ideas on the solutions to various problems. So which may be fascinating and innovative. And some of the readers, they may give best solutions for that also. This is the problem yesterday in the article. So this is the best approach for this particular problem. They may give their opinions. They may give their suggestions way forward. So by reading these letters to the editor, clear, we'll be getting one clarification. By reading these pros and cons, and some of the people they provide the solution for the problem also. Hope you understood. We'll be getting one clarity. What is the exact issue? Clear enough? By reading all corners of this particular problem. Different voices raised from the all corners of this particular issue. Clear enough? Hope you understood. Next one. International news. The news which is related to the international. See, I'm going to tell you. So international news, you already very well just now explained. International issue like Iran, Israel, and USA war. So that is of international importance. International news. This section contains news about other countries. I told you just right now, given the example also. It may address relationships between two or more other countries. Relations with two or more countries, and political news, information about wars, I told you. They relate to the wars, droughts, disasters, or other events that impact the world in some way. What is the impact on India also because of this war? Crude oil imports, how they are actually going to be affected. So with regard to India also. Well, in this section, we should make note out of the following aspects. See this. So jargon associated with the specific incident and persons in the news with regard to this event. News on international organizations. The role of international organizations with regard to this event. Clear enough? So if it is financial aspects, the news which is related to the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, IMF, clear enough, World Trade Organization, WTO, and some of the international financial institutions which may be in the news. So these things. So international research and development activities in various fields. Clear of it. Treaties, arrangements, treaties, agreements, and conventions. So some of the international conventions, for example, see for the environmental conservation, CITES Convention, clear of CITES Convention, and Doha Amendment to the Quito Protocols, Paris Agreement 2015. So in the year 2015, so we had Paris Agreement. Global temperatures must be so below this 1.5 degrees centigrade preferably. Less than 2 degrees centigrade, preferably less than 1.5 degrees centigrade. Clear of it? Otherwise, it would lead to global warming effect. So see, the involving countries, it is binding together. It is binding on their countries. Clear of it? So 2015 Paris Agreement. Clear of it? It is legally binding on the nations. They have to reduce the carbon emissions here. Global temperatures less than 2 degrees centigrade, preferably less than 1.5 degrees centigrade. Hope it's clear. So this is what it is. So international treaties, agreements, conventions, and all these things. Okay, next one. So business section. Once you come for this business section, see this. In this business section, the section contains business profiles, news reports about the state of commerce. That is related to business news. So you can often find reports about new inventions, innovations, advances in technology. Stock reports appear in the business section. Stock markets, for example, in India, Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE, NSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE. In Bombay Stock Exchange, how many companies being traded here? 30 companies being traded. NSE, National Stock Exchange, Nifty Index. So BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, its index, sensitivity index, Sensex. So 50 companies being traded over here, NSE, National Stock Exchange. Clear of it? So this is what it is. Okay. This section could be good resource for research assignments. It will include statistics profiles of people who have made an impact on the economy. Clear? So in this section, we should focus only on government finance or finance ministries policies on economy. You have to you have to focus on government policies on the economy. Clear? And outstanding business deals. What kind of business deals took place? Then RBI's policies. For example, to control the inflation, RBI is using its monetary policy instruments, repo, reverse repo instruments, direct instruments, indirect instruments. So all these things. How RBI actually regulating the inflation? How it is controlling the inflation? RBI policies, Reserve Bank of India policies. So say RBI is a bank of the government, it's a banker's bank. Entire banking system in India is being regulated by RBI. So international financial institutions with regard to this article. So international financial institutions like the role of World Bank, IMF, International Monetary Fund, and World Trade Organization. So what is the role of these international financial institutions? International financial institutions. Clear? You have to understand about all these things. Next one, sports space. Sports space. Once you come for this sports space, in this section there are various sports events ranging from these horse races, Formula 1 races, golf, cricket to tennis also. Tennis Grand Slams, Australian Open, French Open, US Open, like this. Clear? Who won this USA Open in tennis, Australian Open? Who are repeated here? They belong to which country? So these kind of things will be asked for the other kind of examinations. Clear of it? See, the focus in this section should be on noting the terms associated with the specific sports, and note down the outstanding feats or incidents in the sport. So note the record holders, defeated persons or teams. I told you already who are defeated, who won this match, and everything. So learn the background of the places, locations, or pitches or playgrounds of the concerned sport. where so this so for example T20 World Cup where it took place. So all these locations and etc. Clear? For other kind of exams also these are very relevant. Clear enough? For the people who are actually preparing for this law entrance examination, they have to focus more on legal developments, recent Supreme Court, High Court judgments, clear landmark judgments given by the Supreme Court and High Courts. For example, this Harshit Rana case. Hope you got my point. So this was. Hope this clear. So preparing notes. So whenever you go through the Hindu newspaper or any kind of newspapers, note making is the need of the hour. You have to keep one book every day. So date wise, news it is bad to write. Make a short notes out of it. For example, prepare your own notes. See, be thorough with each term in the syllabus. Stick to the syllabus. What is there in the syllabus? You have to pick up the articles which are relevant to your examination only. Political controversies which may not be given in your examination. It is better to avoid them. Getting Malafu? See this, be thorough with each term in the syllabus. Stick to the syllabus. Examination, orientation, preparation only. Don't go beyond that. And identify news item. So pick up an item which is relevant to, pick up an article which is relevant to your examination. Clear enough? And find out to which subject it is relevant. So whatever the article which is present in the newspaper, so that comes under, so which subject of your examination? Is it relevant to your, or so this comes under which subject? Legal aspects or so polity, Indian polity or economic aspects or geographical aspects or cultural aspects. It belongs to which section? This news article belongs to which section? You are supposed to find it out. You are supposed to segregate it. Clear enough? Note important points in the notebook of relevant subjects. See, daily, so the news which is related to the economy, the news which is related to the Indian Constitution, the news which is related to the, so your subjects. It is bad to make a different note out of each subject. It is bad to maintain different notebooks for each subject with regard to this current affairs. Clear? Next one. Read only those news items which seems to be relevant to the syllabus only I told you. Which seems to be the relevant of your syllabus only. Don't go beyond that. Stick to your syllabus only. So one more issue I am going to tell you. So you have to maintain this regularly. See, after completion of 1 week, every day you are writing the notes like this whenever you going through the newspaper. See in your so CLAT examination, the most of the questions which are related to the legal developments, Supreme Court, High Court judgments, landmark judgments, preamble, or governor issue, or so president issue, so like this. A speaker removal, which is recently in the news which is related to the speaker removal process. Clear? So, if you are generating interest in this way with regard to these news items, you can easily get good score in your CLAT examination or else in other law entrance exams. Definitely. Interest in current affairs is the need of it. Because for CLAT examination, there is a passage 450 words followed by a number of questions will be given. If you are developing the subject in this way, definitely you will be getting good score, no doubt at all. No doubt at all. This kind of unique approach is needed. That's why regularly you have to go to the Hindu newspaper or Indian Express newspaper. You have to go through the editorials, different news articles which are relevant to your examination. Is it okay, all of you? Have you understood? Okay. See this. For example, 1 week you have gone through the different articles regularly. So day-wise notes. For example, today's date. So 11 April 2026. So what are the important items? You have to make a short notes over it. See, pointers, small paragraphs like that. Side headings like that. It's not, don't rewrite. Don't rewrite. So what is there in the entire. Just concise, shortcut notes you have to make out of it. Okay. So at the end of the week, you'll be having multiple events. So and at the end of the second week, third week, fourth week, at the end of the month, you have to revise it. Read, revise, remember technique is the need of that. So just today you have gone through these articles, just you forgot it. Did not make any notes out of it. Reading and believing it means obviously you will not be getting any confidence. You forget simply. So at the end of the week, second week, third week, fourth week, at the end of the month, second month, third month, fourth month, until your goal is reached. It's a continuous process. Upgradation with the current affairs is the need of the one. Even though you became a lawyer, even though you did LLB, LLM, upgradation with the current affairs is the need of the one. Daily we have to follow the current affairs. Integration of current affairs with the static syllabus, which are relevant to your syllabus. Getting Malafi? So regular is a continuous process. It's a continuous process. Clear enough? That is to be done. And see, one more issue. I suggest you PIB, Press Information Bureau. So for current affairs, it is better to follow this Press Information Bureau, PIB, and News on A. News on A. News on A. So this app it is better to download from Play Store. News on A app, it is better to download from the Play Store, friends. Getting all of you? This is very, very important. News on A as well as Press Information Bureau. So in this News on A, see this. So hourly news is also there. You can follow hourly news. But in the evening, 9 to 9:15, the entire day news would be covered in the evening. So it is better to listen to this evening because the whole day news would be covered instead of listening to the hourly news. The whole news of the day would be covered 9 to 9:15. So news would be, it is better to cover. You will see this command on English also will be getting. Go on listening to the All India Radio news. And 9:15 to 9:30 spotlight discussion would be there. Spotlight discussion for about the issue with regard to this Israel, Iran, USA war, or see Harshit Rana issue, right to die. So whatever the judgment given by the Supreme Court on that particular issue, clear of it. So experts would come to the studio and discuss and debate it. From different corners they debate it. Within the short span of 15 minutes, you will be getting more information on that particular issue. By reading different books, you can't get that information within that short span of time because they are the experts in that particular area. Diplomats, they would come and debate it. If it is an international issue, the news which is related to foreign affairs, India and its neighbors, India bilateral, trilateral relations, they debate more on that particular issue. So that within the short span of time, because they are the experts, you'll be getting more information on that particular issue. Clear? 9:15, 9:30 is bad to listen to this spotlight discussion. Within this All India Radio News, one of the sections, news programs. You have to navigate to the news programs. There we can listen to this spotlight discussion. Every day spotlight discussion, burning issues. On burning issues, spotlight discussions will be there. You have to go through it. And see, in the evening, like 8:30, 9:30, rapid news and NDTV, CNN, IBN, discussion debates on burning issues. NDTV, CNN, IBN, discussion debates on different issues. Getting all of it. So these what friends. See, it is better to cover the news in this way. Getting this is the best approach. See, news on 8 as well as Press Information Bureau. At least follow these things. Early in the morning, just go through the newspaper. See, one of the advantages, like if you listen to the evening news 9 to 9:15 and spotted discussions. So early in the morning, if you are going to the newspaper, so what are the items in the news which are relevant to your examination? You can pick it easily. What are irrelevant, you can simply avoid it. So within less span of time, early in the morning newspaper reading also can be done without wasting time because you already listen in the news evening. What are the areas which are relevant to us? That's the news. So the following day you can finish the newspaper reading within 1 to 1.5 hours, not more than that. Your newspaper reading should be not more than 1.5 hours. It is better to be so 1.5 hours only. Don't read like 4 hours, 5 hours. Initially may take for about see 2 to 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours. But so go on reading newspaper. The time would be reduced to the so 1.5 hours. Clear enough? So this is what friends. Unique approach. Hope you understood all of it. This is the way we have to cover the so newspaper reading. Hope you got my point. All of you, the people who are in online, who are listening, Saraswati Garu, Swati Garu, Madhuri Garu, Meghna Garu. Yeah. All of you in the online who are preparing for law entrance exams. Okay. So this what friends today's session. Hope you enjoyed this session. In the next class onwards, see, we'll be focusing on so constitution aspects. Okay. This what friends today's session. Hope you enjoyed this session. So thank you to one another friends. Next session would be there or not, just we'll announce it. We'll announce it, don't worry. Okay. Okay, thank you.